45 years ago, senior staff unions across Nigeria united to form the Federation of Senior Staff Associations of Nigeria, FESAN, led by Comrade Engineer Femi Killer, the then national president of the Construction and Civil Engineering Senior Staff Association, CESA. This was a bold response to the 1978 Trade Unions Decree 22, Section 33, which established only one labor center for junior staff unions and denied senior staff unions the right to have a national labor center. It would take a name change from FESAN to Senior Staff Consultative Association of Nigeria, SESCAN, in December 1986. 25 years of frustrating struggles due to lack of legislative support, 5 leadership cycles and strong advocacies to finally birth in 2005 the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria as the second national organized labor center for senior staff unions and associations in Nigeria. Since its birth, the TUC has fought through rain and sun to ensure the voice of workers and Nigerians remains at the center of our national discourse. Therefore, the President General of the Trade Unions Congress of Nigeria, Comrade Engineer Festus Osifo, on behalf of the National Executive Council of Congress, welcomes invited guests to the 20th anniversary of the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC, and 45 years anniversary since the beginning of its journey as FESAN. Come celebrate years of proud history and struggles. Come celebrate years of excellence. Come celebrate years of bold advocacies that have shaped labor-friendly policies and national development. This celebration will take place during the second edition of the TUC Annual Workers' Dinner holding on Saturday, 26th of April, 2025. Venue, Ladi Kwali Hall of the Abuja Continental Hotel, formerly Sheraton Hotel, Abuja. Time, 6 p.m. prompt. Signed, Comrade General N.A. Toro, PhD, MNI, Secretary General, TUC.
Solidarity forever.
This week, the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria celebrates a critical milestone in its journey to becoming a critical stakeholder in the fight for workers' welfare, both in public and private sector. And the President General of the TUC, Comrade Engineer Festus Osifo, speaks on this milestone and more.
This week, we are the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria. We are having our organs meeting. So first, we are starting with the National Administrative Council meeting, which holds tomorrow, Wednesday, 23rd of April 2025. Then on Thursday, we are going to have both the Central Working Committee meeting as well as the National Executive Council meeting. Then on Friday, we're going to have the National Delegate Conference. That would, it's an elective delegate conference that is going to see the elections of new officers that will run the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, the affairs of TUC for the next 4 years. And so it's a quadrennial delegate conference, and it's the first in the series because we just amended our constitution from triennial to quadrennial. So this is the first quadrennial delegate conference that is going to take place on Friday, 25th of April 2025. Then also on Saturday, we are going to have our workers' dinner and award night. We actually started the workers' dinner and award night in 2023. It was quite successful, but in 2024, we're already planning to host another workers' dinner and award night when we had notification that International Conference Center was shut down for maintenance, and we've committed to it. So we didn't have any option as at there because of the notice we had to cancel, and we now moved it to this year. So we are hosting the second edition of the Workers' Dinner and Award Night. on Saturday. Then also, that same Saturday, we are celebrating the 20th anniversary of the registration of Trade Union Congress of Nigeria. And also, we are celebrating as well the 45 years of the journey so far. And I think that ties into what the question you just asked about the long history. If you could remember that sometime before 1978, we had potpourri of trade unions in Nigeria, and we have lots of trade union centers in Nigeria. But in 1998, during the Obasanjo era as a military head of state, so they promulgated a decree called Decree 22 of 1978 that reorganized the labor, both the affiliates and the labor center. So Decree 22 was actually the decree that regularized that brought all the labor affiliates, all the labor unions in Nigeria together. So in most of these sectors, the two affiliates were registered, or two unions were registered. One of the union for senior staff, another union for the junior staff. So when this was done in 1978, then also a labor center was registered. That is the Nigeria Labour Congress. And the decree in section 33 said that the junior workers should register as the member of NLC, why the senior workers should not have a labor center. That is why, if you see all the senior staff unions in Nigeria, majority of them are referred to as association. If you look at Pengasan, Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association. If you look at CESA, Construction and Civil Engineering Senior Staff Association. So that is why all the senior staff union as at then, they were being referred to as association. So because they were association, the military junta then denied them from being registered, from belonging to labor centers. So as at that time, you couldn't even join the NLC. So when these associations of senior staff, they were there, they were like orphans without a parent. So that was when they now came together and said, no, that we cannot continuously float like that. So it was against that backdrop that some of our leaders then thought it wise to form a body called FESAN. So FESAN was formed in 1980. So it was the Federation of Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, but it wasn't registered by the registrars of trade unions. So FESAN was existing. So FESAN existed till sometime in 1988. So in 1988, the government advised that, okay, if you want us to be having discussion with you, then you move from FESAN and form a body that is called SESCAN. So that was how, from FESAN, SESCAN was formed. That is Senior Staff Consultative Association of Nigeria, SESCAN. So SESCAN was formed around 1988. So from that, there was some level of interaction with government. Still, they did not register a center for the Senior Staff Association. That SESCAN was not really a labor center, but it has some recognition from government. So imagine from 1980 when FESAN was formed to 1988 when SESCAN was formed. So it's been the journey. Then that now metamorphosed from 1988. We had different leaders that were leading SESCAN as at then. We had Femi Kila, we had Shina Oluwoye and all that. So from SESCAN 1988, till 2005, during the reign of Obasanjo government, now the second missionary journey as the democratically elected government, that was when the trade union laws were now amended for another labor center to be formed. So that was when TUC, Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, was bettered. So remember, the journey of TUC actually started in 1980 from FESAN to SESCAN and SESCAN to Trade Union Congress of Nigeria. So On Saturday, we'll be celebrating the 45 years of the struggle, because the struggle actually started in 1980, and we'll be celebrating 20 years anniversary of the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria. So that is the event that is lined up for this week.
He also speaks on the achievements of the Labour Centre since its inception, as previous leaders have ensured the TUC thrives.
TUC is actually a Labour Centre, and in TUC today we have roughly about 42 affiliates. So these affiliates are cut across different sectors of the Nigerian economy, from the chemical and metallic industry to the oil and gas to the food and beverage to textile, to statutory corporation, to civil service. You can go on and on and on. So what we do basically is, first, we try to ensure that these affiliates, they are doing what they ought to be doing. And I will tell you that clearly today, the affiliates of TUC, they work day and night for the members. On a daily basis, they go out for those in the government agencies, they go out and push government to ensure that salaries are paid promptly, to ensure that the allowances are paid promptly. There was even a time that they negotiated COLA for our members that are working in the civil service. If you come to the private sector, where we have a lot of affiliates, for example, CESA, majorly the Construction and Civil Engineering Association of Nigeria, majorly are in the construction business. So the Julius Bergers of this world, the Cetracos of this world, and all that. So the function of CESA on a daily basis, they look after our members in that sector and ensure that they have a robust collective bargaining agreement. Then if you also come to Pengasan, where I also double today by the grace of God as a president, we've done quite a lot. Today, you know very well that the remuneration of the oil and gas workers in Nigeria, is one of the best you could get anywhere in the world. It is not because the employers in the oil and gas industry are making so much money, they want to reward the workforce. No. It is not because they are extremely generous to a fault that they want to pay good salaries. No. The reason the oil and gas workers are smiling today in Nigeria is practically because of the role that Pengasan has played over time, because we have not shied away in holding employers and ensuring that they do what is needful. So that is why we are where we are today. Then if you go to the food and beverage, you have FOPTOP that have played fantastic role to ensure that our members that are working in Cadbury, our members that are working in Nestle, in Coca-Cola and all that are well remunerated. And they beyond remuneration, to also ensure that the environment with which they work is safe, to ensure that there are career growth, because the role of a union is not just to ensure that the pay is quite good. Yes, that is legitimate, but beyond that, we also ensure that our members' career are not truncated, that they have career growth. We also ensure that the environment with which they work is safe, and other welfare packages are quite okay. And they also have the tools to work. FOPTOP is doing that in the food and beverage. In textile, we also have the Textile Senior Association of Textile and Garment Workers Senior Association of Nigeria also doing a yeoman's job. We also have SASGOG doing that. So for us in TUC, all we do is to provide that platform to ensure that these affiliate tribes, whenever they have challenges, whenever they have difficulties, they come to us. We also interface. If they have problem with government, we try to unblock the bottleneck and allow them to continuously do their job. So this is the role that TUC has played in the last 20 years. But if you take it back to the last 45 years, you could recall that was the era of the military, when the military era, the Babangida era, the Abacha era, even the first Buhari era as a head of state between 1983 and 1985. You could recall as a there the role that Fesan and later SESCAM played to ensure that the military was kicked out, and that role was extremely strong. I could remember that sometime in sometime in 1998 that some of the leaders of SESCAN had a very tough battle with General Sani Abacha. So during the military era, the FESAN and SESCAN had it very tough with government by standing for what is right. But again, we have since transited into democracy where the role of the trade union is a little bit different from what it was in the military era. You know quite clearly that during the military era, there is no opposition. So the trade unions, the civil society are the official opposition to government. And you know as well that during the military era, nobody voted for them. Nobody voted for them into office. They meet in their provisional ruling council, take decisions and promulgate decrees. And some of these decrees, impugn on the fundamental human rights of Nigerians. So the civil society, the labor movement comes out to resist some of all these. But it's a little bit different during democracy when you have state assemblies, where you have elected local government, where you have the House of Representatives elected, you have the Senate elected. So the role of the trade union, it's a little bit different. But again, because a lot of Nigerians are used to what the trade union movement was doing during the military era, so that hangover is still there. So it will take a lot of advocacies for them to truly understand what we do as labor movement. So our first cardinal role is service to our members, and we try as much as possible to work for our members 24 hours of the day.
The future of the union is critical to the President General, and he highlights some of the strategies the TUC will deploy moving on.
For us, the first thing as a trade center is to be able to give adequate support to your affiliate. So today, we have some affiliates that are very, very strong. Affiliate like Pengasan, for example. They don't truly, whether TUC is there or not, Pengasan will remain Pengasan. Affiliate like Association of Senior Civil Servants, they are quite strong. Affiliate like SASGOG, they are quite strong. We have new affiliate now called Akoboran. We have Ritian. These are affiliates that are strong. But whenever they need us, we should be able to respond swiftly. But beyond these so-called strong affiliates like ASBIFI and all that, we also have the middle ones and the lower ones. So we have some affiliates today that we need to give all the support for them to be as strong as Pengasan, for them to be as strong as Association of Senior Civil Servants, for them to be as strong as SASGOG. So those affiliates, we are going to give them the best support as possible. We have an affiliate today called TOAN, for example. TOAN, we are currently having some challenges with TOAN operating in some of the regions in Nigeria. So our responsibility is to give them, first of all, settle all the internal disputes that they have and give them all the backing, give them all the support to ensure that they are able to fulfill their mandate. Because if TOAN today cannot fulfill their mandate, our members in that sector are going to have a very difficult time. So the same thing, we have an affiliate called ShopThis. So we have an affiliate called Autobate. So these are affiliates that need our presence much more. So for those because in unionism, we always say injury to one should be injury to all. So for those affiliates who are still trying to be as strong as the bigger ones, is one of our vision is one of the visions that we have is for us to give them that strong support, is for us to give them that strong solidarity, that strong backing for them to be able to thrive. Again, today, we have an affiliate called HAPSA. HAPSA is a Hotel and Personal Services Association of Nigeria. So they organizes workers in hotels in Nigeria. But since COVID happened, they've lost some membership, and in some of the hotels, they are refusing them to be unionized. So our responsibility as Trade Union Congress of Nigeria and in moving forward is to develop strategies to organize more members for them. Because the more members we have in our affiliates, the better we are as TUC. So that is one cardinal thing that we are going to do, looking forward.
Engineer Osifo also addresses Nigerian workers.
Yes, as we've always said, one, we should keep hope alive, because we understand that, as human, when hope disappears, then there is no basis for existence. So we wish to employ Nigerian workers to keep hope alive and to continuously strive and to continuously hold us accountable to be able to deliver the best for them. And again, when you say Nigerian workers, I always like to disaggregate them. Disaggregating them because we have the workers in the private sector, we have the workers in the public sector. For those in the private sector, we will continuously push to ensure that you have the best of a collective bargaining agreement. You have the best shot when it comes to your employers. Then for those as well in the public sector, we will continuously do the best to ensure that the consequential adjustment of the current minimum wage is paid. And we are also preparing. Remember, the last minimum wage came into effect, say, over a year now, and in the next 2 years we will go into another negotiations. We've had time in Nigeria where for 10 years there was no new minimum wage, but for us, we also wish, that the current economic quagmire, it's also put aside. And as Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, we have proposed several measures, most especially measures that are tying around exchange rate, exchange rate fluctuations. Because for us, we singled the greatest it as one of the greatest challenges that we have as Nigerians, because everything, or majorly, almost everything is centered or anchored around exchange rate. And this is the advocacy that we have been mounting since last year. We will continuously push and we'll continuously mount it to ensure that the needful is done. So we should be hopeful for a better tomorrow.
As the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria celebrates 25 years of its journey as a body and 45 years of its founding, it hopes to continue to break barriers in its pledge to ensure the rights of Nigerian workers are respected. Kindly follow us on all our social media handles, and until next time, may God bless Nigerian workers. "45 years ago, senior staff unions across Nigeria united to form the Federation of Senior Staff Associations of Nigeria, FESAN, led by Comrade Engineer Femi Killer, the then national president of the Construction and Civil Engineering Senior Staff Association, CESA. This was a bold response to the 1978 Trade Unions Decree 22, Section 33, which established only one labor center for junior staff unions and denied senior staff unions the right to have a national labor center. It would take a name change from FESAN to Senior Staff Consultative Association of Nigeria, SESCAN, in December 1986. 25 years of frustrating struggles due to lack of legislative support, 5 leadership cycles and strong advocacies to finally birth in 2005 the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria as the second national organized labor center for senior staff unions and associations in Nigeria. Since its birth, the TUC has fought through rain and sun to ensure the voice of workers and Nigerians remains at the center of our national discourse. Therefore, the President General of the Trade Unions Congress of Nigeria, Comrade Engineer Festus Osifo, on behalf of the National Executive Council of Congress, welcomes invited guests to the 20th anniversary of the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC, and 45 years anniversary since the beginning of its journey as FESAN. Come celebrate years of proud history and struggles. Come celebrate years of excellence. Come celebrate years of bold advocacies that have shaped labor-friendly policies and national development. This celebration will take place during the second edition of the TUC Annual Workers' Dinner, holding on Saturday, 26th of April, 2025. Venue, Ladi Kwali Hall of the Abuja Continental Hotel, formerly Sheraton Hotel, Abuja. Time, 6 p.m. prompt. Signed, Comrade General N.A. Toro, PhD, MNI, Secretary General, TUC.
Solidarity
forever.